Welcome to the Gary DeMar blogcast. This audio is brought to you by Canon Press.
Welcome to the Gary DeMar blogcast. The topic of today's entry is, if you convince people they are animals, they might start believing it and acting like it. I saw the following on a Facebook post. A chimpanzee's finger and a human finger, side by side. They're identical in practically every aspect. We don't come from primates. We are primates. We are not a race. We are a species. We are animals. We are mammals. We are a product of nature. We belong to it and we are a part of it. This was written by David Attenborough. And according to Attenborough, we are animals almost identical to chimpanzees. Really? Chimpanzees have not started schools, built hospitals, developed the wheel for transportation, ever started a fire, or developed a written or spoken language. Chimpanzees are cold-blooded killers and cannibals. Now, some humans have killed and eaten other humans. There's a long history of the practice, but it's not tolerated by humans. There are laws against cannibalism. But there are no laws against cannibalism when it comes to chimpanzees. The chimpanzees don't have a moral law that says it's wrong to kill other chimpanzees or to eat other chimpanzees. If they are so like us, why doesn't the chimpanzee worldview include these moral absolutes and put them into practice? The reason they don't is because they're really not like us. There are no such laws among chimpanzees or chimpanzee courts. Chimpanzees do what they want to do, and humans sit back and watch. If we are all animals like chimpanzees, given the evolutionary development of humans as a result of Spencer's survival of the fittest, why can't human primates kill and eat other human primates? We are not created in the image of God, but a product of nature. Nature is a thing. It doesn't have a moral code. Richard Dawkins tells us that DNA neither knows nor cares. We simply dance to its music. But we don't live in terms of Dawkins' DNA deterministic worldview. The development of Western morality is biblical. Everything from laws against murder and theft to polygamy and rape. Chimpanzees know nothing of such laws. Do chimpanzees have a moral code or a justice system? Since they are supposedly so close to us in their genetic makeup, should they be prosecuted for crimes? Naturalist and filmmaker Attenborough was asked, "What has been the most distressing, upsetting moment in your career?" Here's what he said. "Seeing chimpanzees kill monkeys. They do this to eat them. They chase them, set an ambush, catch them, and tear them apart. Did these chimpanzees do anything morally wrong? Remember, there is no God. Animals regularly kill and eat their offspring. There is only animated matter that came together over eons of time with no purpose or forethought. All that you see is an accident of something from nothing. There is no moral or immoral DNA." Now, there is a video of this. It's a video that Attenborough actually had filmed for one of his BBC wildlife documentaries. It's called Violent Chimpanzee Attack, and you can find it at AmericanVision.org under the title We Are Primates, We Are Animals, Tuesday, June 1st, 2021. But the question remains, why is it disturbing to Attenborough? Based on what moral absolute? Attenborough says that he strongly opposes creationism and its offshoot intelligent design. He says that a survey found a quarter of science teachers in state schools believe that creationism should be taught alongside evolution in science lessons. And what was his response to this? This was really terrible. That's what he said. It is terrible to teach that children are created in the image of God. And the moral absolutes that we live with today don't come from the evolutionary side of things. They come from a biblical ethic. While saying this, Attenborough is importing a denied biblical ethic to prop up his worldview that cannot account for morality. He's showing the work of the law written on the heart, Romans chapter 2, verse 15, while denying the source and author of that law. Attenborough and people like him need to repent of their atheistic materialism so they won't go insane, and so other human primates won't someday kill and eat them in the name of survival of the fittest, since he is for limiting human population growth. Maybe these limitations on human population growth, maybe those who are above us all, the philosopher kings, will now say, hey, it's now legitimate for us superiors to kill inferiors and eat them in order to reduce the population and also to increase the food supply. If Attenborough was true to his belief system, he would show children the video of our closest non-human relatives doing what comes naturally with no thought of morality, and ask them if what they are doing is morally right or wrong. Then ask, given atheistic and materialistic assumptions about how we emerge from the primordial slime, who says anything is ultimately morally wrong? Some years ago, I came across an opinion piece that was published in the USA Today, August 27th, 1993, by Barbara Reynolds. And the title of it is, If Your Kids Go Ape in School, You'll Know Why. Let me read it to you. Don't be surprised if our little darlings go ape or get up to monkey shines when they return to class. Misbehavior tops the list of what parents and teachers worry about. And that's exactly where such concerns belong, considering what kids are not being taught in school. In most schools, Johnetta and Johnny are being taught evolution, that humankind evolved from apes. The issue came to the forefront recently because a school district near San Diego had the good sense to adopt a policy of teaching creationism, much to the dismay of critics, including USA Today's editorial page. It is amazing, Barbara Reynolds writes, that media institutions that virtually worship the First Amendment are the first to toss it when it comes to religious free speech. When both creationism and evolution are taught side by side, you don't have the establishment of a religion which the Constitution prohibits, but an opportunity to be protected from one-sided, narrow thinking which the Constitution encourages. Prohibiting the teaching of creationism in favor of evolution creates an atheistic, belligerent tone that might explain why our kids sometimes perform like Godzilla instead of children made in the image of God. While evolution teaches that we are accidents or freaks of nature, creationism shows humankind as the offspring of a divine creator. There are rules to follow which govern not only our time on earth but also our afterlife. One philosophy preaches happenstance with mayhem as a conclusion. The other, divine order. One suggests the survival of the fittest. The other, a commitment to serve the weakest and sickest among us. To me, there is no contest. Teaching evolution makes about as much sense as teaching our kids that humankind was grown in a cabbage patch or raised by wolves. Even in the dullest mind, a light bulb should go off. Who created the cabbage? And who made the wolves? Under the rules of evolution, teachers are forced to answer to King Kong rather than to the King of Kings. We are not human animals. We have written speech and higher intellect, but more important, we have souls fueled by a spirit of right or wrong. Human action is determined by core beliefs. Creationism teaches that humans are wonderfully made with the promise of high expectations. If evolution is forced on our kids, we shouldn't be perplexed when they beat on their chests or, worse yet, beat on each other and their teachers.
Thank you for listening to the Gary DeMar blogcast. For more from Gary and American Vision, check out the American Vision collection in the Canon app.